Good day, everyone. Welcome to another episode of JMC EduTrends, a discussion that informs, inspires, and transcends. To all our first-time viewers, this program streams live on www.facebook.com/Jose College and on YouTube at JMC EduTrends. Don't forget to type in your comments and questions, send your emojis, click the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell so you would be notified of future discussions on JMC EduTrends. Without much delay, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the program host of today's discussion.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, especially to all the faculty, staff, and students of the JMC of the Jose Maria College, and especially to the faculty and students of the Jose Maria College of Law. I hope it's not yet too late to greet you all a happy new year, and I hope you remain safe today, since yesterday we just felt a magnitude of earthquake, and I hope you are still in your safety, and of course with the COVID pandemic you are also healthy. Thank you for tuning with us today from the various dimensions of the online universe, and welcome back to another interesting, inspiring, and transcending discussion only here in the EduTrends program of the Jose Maria College. For the information of everybody, this session has been streamed live via the official Facebook page and YouTube channel of the Jose Maria College, and kindly invite your friends, colleagues, and family to join us in this discussion. Today, we have an interesting topic in which most of us could relate on. Studies actually show that among the money problem behaviors are excessive debts and spending, uncontrolled credit use, and inadequacy of resources to satisfy needs. In the Philippines, for example, we have this incurable utang culture. There is already a negative notion about borrowing among Filipinos. In fact, the 2016 survey of Manulife Investor Sentiment Index, it found that the mean debt level incurred by millennials or Filipino investors below the age of 35 is actually 291,582 pesos. That is why today we present to you a new topic that is focused on loans and its effects, debts and its legal remedies, and borrowers' rights. Let us all together know our legal options, as we will have legal discussions on the topic financial literacy, loan availment, and borrowers' rights, brought to you by the JMC College of Law, headed by its Dean, Attorney Israelito P. Torion. Now, without further ado, our resource speaker for today is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Agriculture at the University of the Philippines, Los Baños in 2000, and Bachelor of Laws at Ateneo de Davao in 2013, and in 2014, she took Masters in Management at the University of the Philippines, Mindanao. She has attended trainings in banking and related fields. She was the department head and chief compliance officer of the Enterprise Bank. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome, by our virtual applause, Attorney Claire Mauro.
Hello, good morning to everybody.
Good morning, Attorney Claire.
So thank you for this opportunity, especially to Jose Maria College and its College of Law, for me to share whatever little knowledge that I have with regards to our topic for today.
So thank you also, Attorney Claire, for being part of this program of JMC.
So, pasensya na kung sa mga viewers na nag-anticipate. It has been rescheduled so many times yung topic natin because due to some technical glitches. I hope, let's all pray na our discussion for today will proceed na walang problems. Ayan. So, shall we start? Ayan. So, our topic for today, as shared by Jan, is about financial literacy, loan availment, and borrowers' rights. So, for that, let's have a saying muna. So, loan availment. Please proceed to slide Next slide, please. So, ang first is loan availment. So, ang sabi dito, that is like any other trap. Easy enough to go into, but hard enough to get out of. So, sabi nga nila, parang trap ang debt. Ang debt. Once you do it, nangutang ka, at nangutang ka na nangutang, parang libing ka na dyan. Trap ka na. Mahirap ka nang umalis. So, it gives a negative connotation about debt. So, masama bang mangutang? Yun ang ano. Hindi naman. Not all ng pagngungutang ay masama. So, meron ding benefit ang pangutang. Example niyan. Please, next slide. Next slide, please. So, yun. So, it says, benefits of being able to make a loan. Kasi, keyword, able to make a loan. Yung keywords natin, able to make a loan. Kasi hindi nga lahat pwedeng mangutang. Like, sa atin ba, lahat ba ng kakilala natin pinapautang natin? Diba? It depends sa pagkakakilala natin sa kanila. So, ano yung mga benefits nito? Number one is to facilitate growth. What do we mean by growth? So, in terms of a business, pwede siya mag-facilitate ng growth ng ating business because pwede siya maging source of capital to start or even expand our business. So, yun. So, like for example, you're engaged in the business of making delivery, you can make a loan to you can make a loan to purchase more delivery vans. So, pwede yun. Matulungan ka na. So, you can expand your business. Your business will grow. And then, pwede rin siya in starting a family. Ano ba yan? So, growth of your family. Meaning, if you can buy a house by making a loan, and then, or a vehicle. And then you have, for education, you can borrow money to finance your, if you want to study abroad, yan, yung mga exchange school programs, exchange student programs natin. So, kailangan mo ng money to finance that. Syempre, you have to process your documentation, yun. Or, if you want to attend certain trainings, ganon. Now, some trainings are very expensive, like for example, in management. So, yun. May mga trainings na mahal masyado. Especially yung mga specializations ng mga doctors. Mahal din yan if you want to enroll in those trainings or seminars. And then, the next benefit is to establish credit credential. So, it's important na you establish your credit credential. You make a name, kumbaga sa pangungutang. Makilala ka sa pangungutang, no? Parang negative connotation. But in banks, in other financial institution, pag kilala ka na good payer ka, it's kumakalat yung balita na yan. So, itong company na to, for example, this company is good in availing loans. Maganda yung repayment rates nila, performance nila, maganda yung repayment performance nila. So, nagiging kilala yan sa financial community. So, yun. So, na-establish mo yung credit credentials mo, your reliability in making good sa pagbayad ng loans mo. So, yun. Yun ang isang benefit doon. So, it will open up different financial facilities para sa'yo. So, every time you make a loan, punta ka sa iba-ibang financial institution, madali ka nang maka-avail ng assistance nila. And then, the next benefit is to fund unexpected financial needs. So, anong example niyan? For example, medical expenses, diba? You can use your credit card to pay off yung hospital bills. Yan, example yan. And then, emergency vehicle repairs. Yan, medyo mahal kasi yan pag paayos ka ng sasakyan. So, yung mga sa operations ng business mo or even in your personal life, kung meron kang sudden, bigla ang malaking gastusin, pwede kang maka-avail ng loan to finance them. And then, lastly, is tax deductions. So there are some instances kasi tax deductible yung interest doon sa mga utang mo. So you can use that if you have a business. Next slide, please. So types of loan. Dalawa lang yan. Sa the way financial institutions see it. You have the unsecured. So it comprises of mga salary loans, credit card loans, and educational loans. So itong mga ganitong utang-utang, kaya sinasabi siyang unsecured kasi wala siyang collateral. Hindi siya secured by something else. So it's mostly character reference lang. Yung character, yung credit standing lang ng tao ang nagbaback up sa kanyang utang. Yeah. And then we have the secured. Comprised of chattel mortgages, real estate mortgages, and those with secured by pledge. So yan. So hindi lang ang utang mo, hindi lang siya backed up by your name or your credit standing, but also by something tangible. May collateral na. So hindi ka makabayad, pwedeng pang bayad kung ano yung security. So it's either, mostly it's a chattel, it's vehicles, and then sa real estate mortgage, of course, real estate properties, lupa. And then for pledge, example yan, jewelry, ganyan. So and other items of value. So next slide, please. So ito. The type of loan you avail determines the collection strategy or measures that the FI, that's financial institution, will undertake. So kung ano man yung utang mo, doon madidetermine kung anong mga financial mga legal strategies ang i-implement ng financial institution to collect from you. So next slide, please. So because of that, you need to consider things before you avail a loan. So number 1, source of repayment. So source of repayment, yan ang inuna ko. Kasi with my years in experience sa sa bank, kasi ako yung nag-ano ng collection strategies namin. Ito yung karamihan kong nakitang problem. Ang initial source ng problem sa mga karamihan ng nangungutang. Hindi muna nila siniset up kung ano yung source of repayment kapag nangutang sila. Kung saan nila kukunin yung pangbayad. So, yan dapat ang pinakauna mong iisipin. Pag nangutang ka, saan mo kukunin yung pangbayad? So, maraming studies yan. No? So, in banks, usually, they make an assessment. So, credit assessment. So, they would make you submit a lot of documents, your income return tax, your the financial standing of your business. So, mga financial reports, they will make you do that. But for us, regular lang na mga tao, kunyari, it's just an individual. Paano mo ba madidetermine? So, we have this rule, the 50-30-20 rule, na pinapollow ng most mga financial coach yan. 50-30 rule. Ano ba tong 50-30-20 rule? Ang sinasabi dito, if you have an income, dapat 50% of that will be used for your needs. So, ano ba yung mga needs natin? So, yung basic, shelter, food. Ayun. Food, tapos, ano pa ba? Yung food, grocery, housing, transportation. Yung transportation expenses mo going back and forth sa work or sa school. Healthcare expenses, yung mga gamot na kailangan mo, things that, basically, those are things that you cannot live without. Yung 50%. So, you must devote part of your 50% of your income for your needs. And then 30% is for your wants. Ano ba yung mga wants na yan? Example niyan, yung things na hindi naman talagang kailangan. For luxury, for pleasure lang natin. You have, going out sa movies, palagi, or eating out, dining out, yan. buying a sports car na hindi mo naman kailangan. Ayun, just to, bagong pinaka-latest na gadget. Yun. Or, yun, booking a trip locally or abroad. Yun. So, those are considered as wants. And then, 20% is for the savings. Savings mo yan. Dapat 20% of your income, savings mo yan. So, ngayon, doon sa 50, 30, 20 na yun, saan mo kukunin doon yung pangbayad ng utang mo? So, kung nakikita mo, you have to assess your expenses, your salary, your net take-home pay before you avail of a loan. Tignan mo kung magkano ang net take-home pay mo. Let's say, ang net take-home pay mo, after taxes, lahat ng deductions sa sweldo mo, ayan, SSS pag-ibig natanggal na, let's say, ang net mo is 10,000. So, you have only 5,000 to spend for your needs. And then, 3,000 for your wants and 2,000 for your savings. So, saan mo kukunin din yung pambayad ng utang mo? Doon sa 50%, sinasabi, included doon sa 50% is the minimum payment for your debts. Minimum payment for your debts. Dapat included yan sa needs mo kasi kailangan mo bayaran yung utang mo. So, considered siya as need to maintain yung good standing mo, credit standing mo. And then, out of the 30 or the 20, out of the 20%, dun mo, yung part ng savings mo, 20%, dun mo kukunin yung pambayad mo sa utang mo na pambayad mo sa extra mong mga utang. If you want to pay off your loans immediately, dun mo ko siya kukunin sa savings mo. Now, if you assess na if you assess your salary, yung net take-home pay mo, na wala ka nang makukuha doon sa 20% mo, wala ka nang savings, then nag-i-encroach na siya doon sa 30%. Yung pangbayad mo sa utang. I recommend na wag ka nang mangutang. Stop mo muna. Yun, kasi wala ka ng source of repayment. Ayan. And then next is the purpose of loan. Things you have to consider. Bakit ka ba umuutang? I have interviewed yung mga iba kasi nga there are clients coming to me sharing kung bakit, yung providing reasons why hindi sila nakakabayad ng utang nila. So, yung iba, maano mo na may nagkasakit sa pamilya, may ganyan, may mga family emergencies, business reverses, yung iba, yung sa mga interview ko, honestly, they share kasi nag-book sila ng trip kung saan, bumili sila ng ganitong mamahaling gamit. Totoo yun, merong ganon. So, ang purpose ng loan mo, before you make a loan, dapat worth it siya. Kasi nga, it would entail financial burdens on yourself. So, dapat yung kanyang purpose is something that would also generate income. Like, for example, you make a loan, you want to expand your business. Or you make a loan to buy your house. And real property, di ba, nag-increase na yan ang value. Reason na dapat wag kang mangutang is for your wants lang. Yung short-term wants. Like for example, pinaka-latest na iPhone. Yan, marami akong kakilala na nape-pressure bumili ng pinaka-latest na iPhone na nagde-depreciate ang value in time. So, yun. So, in the end, ang laki-laki ng financial investment nila in the beginning, tas later on, magkano na lang yung resale value. And then, next is the financial charges na things you have to consider. Bakit ba? Before yung, marami kasing mga financial institution na nag-provide ng mga different loan packages. So, kailangan hanapin mo kung ano yung loan na may pinakamababang financial charges. So, pwede kang magtanong niyan. Hanapin mo. So, hanap ka ng iba-iba. Magtanong ka sa kada, if it's a bank or private lending, tanungin mo yung details ng kanilang financial charges. Baka naman masyadong mataas yung mga interest or processing fee nila. So, pwede kang mamili. And then you have the payment terms. Next, please. So, payment terms. So, again, sa kada financial loan packages na i-avail mo, iba-iba rin ang mga payment terms yan. Kasi ina-assess nila ang source of repayment mo. Kung if based on, ang loan mo is salary loan, so based on your salary, so definitely, ang usual niyan could be every quincenas ang bayad, every salary, release ng salary, or it could be monthly. So yun. And if your business naman is seasonal, pwede rin i-adjust yan ng financial institution, like sa mga agricultural business. So, seasonal kasi ang kanilang income. So, it could be adjusted by the financial institution kung based dun sa time na meron kang pinakamalaking income because meron kang harvest. So, yun. And then, you have the documentary requirements. Next, please. Bakit ba? We have to consider that. Kasi maraming, especially for banks, hihingan ka na lang ng maraming documentation before they give you the loan. Especially kung collateralize yung loan na ginagawa mo. Kasi malaki yung amount na inuutang mo. So, let's say 500,000 ang inutang mo, hingan ka na nila ng collateral niyan. So kung like for example, ang collateral mo is property, so you have to be ready. Kasi mamaya, marami pa lang mga encumbrances yung title mo, so hindi mo rin siya magagamit as collateral. Assess kasi yan ng financial institution. Kung acceptable sa kanila yung collateral, yung documentation ng collateral na pinapresent mo. So yun. So hingan kanila ng feasibility, iba hinihingi feasibility study or business plan. So mga corporations or businesses, small medium business enterprises na nangungutang. And then you have your financial statement. So financial statement could be either be the your payrolls, mga personal loans. And then yung iba hinihingi pa ng succession plan. And then clearances and certificates, humihingi rin ng ibang financial institution. Marami, mga collateral assessment, and then special power of attorney. So yung mga yan, kailangan before ready ka na. Kasi it would also entail expenses. Next, please. So you have, yun, also, kung available ba, meron ka bang mapipresent na co-borrower or guarantor? So as magko-commit na magiging legally liable rin sa obligation na ginagawa mo. Yun. So kung wala kang ma-present na co-borrower or guarantor, you might be denied sa pangungutang mo. And then last is securities. Ayun. Meron ka bang collateral? Kung hingan ka ng collateral, meron ka bang ma-present na collateral? So next. So we proceed to part 2 of our discussion, which is loan default. So next slide, please. Sabi dito, the only man who sticks closely to you in times of adversity than a friend is a creditor. Totoo ba yan? Meron times, wag wala, hindi ka popular, hindi ka tinatawagan ng mga friends mo, ng family mo, pero tatawagan at tatawagan ka pa rin ng naniningil ng utang sa'yo. So, yun. Next slide, please. So, effects of loan default. Yeah, yung 1 to 2 missed payment. So, maliit pa lang, short period pa lang siya. So that next, please click 1 to 2. So if 1 to 2 missed payments pa lang, ang mangyayari niyan is ang unang mo ma-receive is payment reminders. Yan, payment reminders pa lang ang makukuha. Next please. Yeah. So, kasi konti pa lang, no? Konti pa lang naman yung na-miss payments mo. Isa hanggang dalawa pa lang. So, payment reminders pa lang naman yan. However, nag-start na dyan ang mga penalties and surcharges. So, depending of the reason kung bakit na-delay yung payment mo. Like, for example, actually, considerate and reasonable naman ang mga financial institution. Like, for example, na-delay ka lang ng 1 to 2 days sa pagbayad ng utang mo. Pwede mo naman i-request sa kanila na i-waive muna ang mga penalties and surcharges. Huwag ka muna imposan doon. Like, for example, ano ba yung mga example na pwede mong sabihin? Ang payment due date mo nag-fall over sa weekend. Sa weekend or over the long holidays. And especially kung ang mode of repayment mo is you use yung checks. So, syempre, matagalan ang pag-encash niyan. So, yun. So, you can ask for the waiver of the penalties and surcharges. But, ano lang yan, over a short period lang yan. Nag-miss payment ka on mga 1 to 2 days. Yeah. So, pwede mong gawin yun. So, next, yung medium period. Yan, tingnan na. Ano yan? 3 to 4 missed payments. Ano nang mangyayari pag ganyan na? Delayed ka na ng 3 to 4 payments sa loan mo. So, makaka-receive ka na ng frequent collection calls. And then, demand letter. Next, please. Ayan. Demand letters. So, pwede na rin i-refer ang iyong loan sa collection agencies, i-pull out na yung mga collateral mo, and then i-submit na ang iyong credit information to credit information bureaus. So, ano ba tong mga credit information bureaus na to? Ang lahat kasi ng karamihan, lahat ng financial institution is nagsasubmit ng information ng mga mga debtors na poor ang performance sa pagbabayad ng kanilang utang sa mga credit information bureaus. So meron yan sa Pilipinas, you have the NFIS sa negative file information. So yun, kung nag-miss ka ng payment, na foreclosean ka, hindi ka nakabayad ng credit card mo, isasubmit na yan pangalan mo dyan sa NFIS. So you have and also you have the Credit Management Association of the Philippines, CMAP. Sa kanila rin, meron din silang negative information listing ng most, if not all, ng debtors all over the Philippines. And then for the government, you have the Credit Information Corporation. So, yun. Right now, ang CIC, the Credit Information Corporation, mostly nasa gathering stage pa lang sila. So, hindi pa sila makapag-provide ng mga credit reports with regards to a particular borrower. Wala pa rin silang ma-provide na credit rating. So, yun. So, ito yung ginagawa ng mga credit information bureaus. They make a credit report and credit rating of a particular person. So, once na naka-receive na sila ng record mo, permanent na yun, hindi na siya i-delete. So, let's say, 10 years ago, you availed of a credit card and you failed to pay it, andun na yun na records. Hindi na yun matatanggal. Even later on, nagbago na yung way mo ng pagbaborrow, mas naging responsible and mas well-managed mo na yung mga loan obligations mo, still, hindi mai-erase yung bad credit record mo na yun in the past. So, that's the effect. So, for long period na, so we consider yung 5 or more missed payments. Yung long period na of delinquency yan sa pagbayad mo ng utang. So, ang mangyari nila to is, pwede ka nang filean ng kaso, i-foreclose na yung collateral mo, and pwede rin ma-filean ka ng criminal cases. Naku, ano yun? Diba? In the Constitution, it's provided na walang makukulong sa utang. walang makukulong sa utang. It's a guarantee by our constitution. However, bakit ka pwedeng filean ng criminal cases? Example kasi niyan, pwede, what if yung mode of repayment mo, ang gamit mo is cheque. So, nag-bounce yung cheque mo. So, pwede kang filean ng violation of BP 22. And also, pwede ka ring filean ng estafa. So, hindi siya per se, yung mga kaso na to, hindi siya per se na dahil nangutang ka. But, meron kasi siyang mga ibang elements. Like yung estafa, yung element siya na merong attendant yung pangungutang mo by fraud. Pwede siyang estafa through the falsification of public document. Yeah, example yan ng mga criminal cases na pwedeng i-file sa nangutang. Bakit? Yung iba kasi, like, in my experience, yung mga payroll records nila, tina-falsify nila. And what if you're in government office, yun. Sad to say, may ganong instances. Yung mga payroll, payslip nila, they falsify it to show na meron silang enough net take-home pay to pay off for their loan. Only for the financial institution to find out later on na wala naman talagang falsified yung sinubmit nilang payroll or payslip para lang mapautang sila. And then also there is yung removal of collateral. So that's punishable under Article 319 of the Revised Penal Code. So meron kang collateral, let's say sasakyan. Yung sasakyan, ibinenta mo or isinanla mo ulit. So, pwede kang filean ng criminal case ng article removal, sale or pledge of mortgage property. So yun, pwede kang filean ng criminal case. So that's 1 to 6 months of imprisonment. So yun. So these are mga cases na it's not because nangutang ka, it's not because of your loan, but of the things you did in or not do in order to make a loan. So mga circumstantial siya, attendant to sa pag-avail mo ng loan. Ayun. Next slide, please. So you have off-court settlement of your loan obligation. So these are remedial measures. So you have restructuring. So I don't know kung sa inyo may narinig na sa inyo. So isa yan sa una. So restructuring. Ano ba tong restructuring ng loan mo na sinasabi? So, kumbaga, kung nakamiss ka na ng several loan payments mo, so tumaas na yung mga, incur ka na ng mga interest on interest, yan, mga penalties. So, ang gagawin sa restructuring, magkakaroon kayo ng cut-off. So, i-cut off. So, mag-stop yung mga interest and penalties mo, i-add on siya sa remaining principal obligation mo. Magiging part na yun. So, let's say, ang remaining principal obligation mo na lang is 10,000. So, meron kang mga interest and penalties na 3,000. So, babalik yung utang mo sa 13,000. Ito add on nila yung mga principal. So, 13,000 na yung principal mo. And then, yun na yung magiging basis ng babayaran mo. Na i-stop nila yung payment and financial charges. Pero, yung new principal na madidetermine, siya na yung gagawin na basis ng babayaran mo monthly. So, pwedeng longer, i-extend nila yung payment period. However, ang things to consider dito is that baka masyado nang mataas yung in-add-on nila doon sa principal obligation mo. Nabigyan ka nga ng benefit of extension of payment. Baka mas mataas na masyado yung babayaran mo. But in this case, at least, mafo-forgo mo pa rin yung mga possible legal measures na gagawin sa ng bangko. So kung kaya mo naman ipa-restructure yung obligation mo, why not? Kung maliit pa naman yung mga penalties and surcharges. and naka-substantially pay ka sa principal amount ng loan mo. So you can go for restructuring. So you have to ask lang yung bank or financial institution na pinag-utangan mo on how you could restructure your loan. And then you have next yung balance transfers or buyouts. So pwede mong ipabili sa ibang financial institution yung utang mo. I think this is being done usually sa credit cards. So let's say you have meron kang utang sa credit card A. Pwede mong tapos 'di ba? Hindi mo na siya kasi every month na yung financial charges niyan. Hindi mo na mabayaran, hindi mo na mahabol yung minimum payment. Yun. So, habang hindi mo nahahabol yun, lalaki yung utang mo, di ba? Kasi takbo yung financial charges. So, pwede mong pabila yung utang mo kay credit card A, pwede mong pa-buy out kay credit card B. So, bibilin niya na yung whole utang. So, mawawalan ka ng utang kay credit card A, kay credit card B mo na lang siya babayaran, pero yung pagbayad mo, monthly na fix. Let's say, ang hindi mo mabayaran kay credit card A is 20,000. So, binay out siya ni credit card B. So, babayaran mo na kay credit card B yung 20,000 na outstanding obligation mo. However, fixed monthly payment na ang gagawin mo. So, lahat ng binabayad mo, mapunta siya sa, yung binabayad mo, mapunta na substantially sa principal obligation. And hindi doon sa interest. Maliit na lang mapunta na doon sa interest. And hindi na siya mapupunta sa financial charges. So, yun. And then you have credit card debt settlement. So, ito na yung part na usually na ang nangyari dito, na i-assign na yung utang mo sa collection agency. So, ang collection agency na ang nag-handle ng account mo. Excuse me. So, ang maganda dito sa credit card debt settlement, it allows substantial condonation ng utang mo. Ang con lang dito is you have to put up a large amount and then shorter payment term. Kasi minamadali nga ang pag-settle mo ng credit card debt. It's good kasi this would, let's say, ang credit card debt mo is nasa mga 20,000 lang. So most of it, due to mga, let's say, half of it is because sa mga financial charges and interest. Kaya siya naging 20,000. Kumbaga, ang utang mo 10,000 lang, ang sinisigil na sa'yo is 20,000. So if you avail of this debt settlement, na pinoprovide ng credit agency, pwede mo siyang substantially commute. Pwede mo i-negotiate na instead of 20,000, why not i-pay mo na lang 11,000 and you pay it within the month, ganyan. So, hanap ka pwede mong pagkunan ng 11,000 to pay off the entire obligation. So, sa mga ganitong facility, kailangan, kung ino-offeran ka ni collection agency, huwag mong kalimutan na once na nag-agree ka sa settlement, dapat sundin mo kagad yun. Let's say you pay in just 2 months of equal amount na payment. Ganon kaikli para ma-settle mo kagad yung 11,000. So that's 5,500 every month. Dapat bayaran mo siya kagad. On time mo siyang bayaran. And also, after na-settle mo yun, humingi ka ng certificate of full payment or full satisfaction of your obligation. Ensure mo yun. And then, last is you have the deed of assignment or dasyon in pago. Ito yung para sa mga collateralized na obligation. So, it's either, para hindi ka ma-foreclosean, i-assign mo na lang yung mga securities mo dun sa financial institution. It's like you're making use of your collateral as full payment and satisfaction of your obligation. So, hindi ka na nila pa-file ng foreclosure So, hindi ka magkakaroon ng negative record ang iyong credit name. Ayun. So, next slide. So, legal remedies for debt recovery. You have small claims. So, ang small claims, that's ang jurisdictional amount dyan is 400,000 in Metro Manila and 300,000 outside of Metro Manila. So, we are in Mindanao. So, 300,000. So, ano ba tong small claims na to? So, it's filed in the MTC under the Municipal Trial Court. So, since we're in Mindanao nga, ang jurisdictional amount natin is 300,000 pesos. So, ang mangyayari dito is, if ma-filean ka ng kaso under small claims, walang mga lawyers involved dito. Hindi allowed ang lawyers mag-appear dito. So, ikaw lang kung ikaw ang borrower, ikaw lang mag-a-appear in your behalf. Pwede rin mag-authorize ka ng other person to appear on your behalf, pero yung i-authorize mo na person yung hindi pwedeng lawyer. And you have to have a good reason kung bakit hindi ka pwedeng personally mag-appear sa small claims court. So, ang filing dito is parang by pro forma, may template lang. Fill up lang pag-file ng kaso. And ikaw, pag na-servan ka as debtor, borrower, ang response mo is, i-fill up mo lang. You can, meron siyang form na isasubmit mo sa court. So, that's how you answer. So, fill up lang. Kasi nga, this is done to facilitate yung faster settlement ng mga obligation na maliliit lang, yung mga below 300,000. So, hindi pwede mag-appear ang court, but ang pwede kang, if na-filean ka, pwede kang mag-seek ng advice from the lawyer para maturuan ka ng lawyer on how you would answer sa court pag napatawag ka. And then you have regular courts, yung sa regular filing ng collection of sum of money. So, pwede kang pag na-filean ka, so this is above 300,000 when you're outside of Metro Manila and above 400,000 if you're in Metro Manila. So, in this case, kailangan mo na mag-hire ng lawyer kasi may mga pleadings na kailangan i-present, mga motions, gano'n. And then you have foreclosures. So right now we have extrajudicial and judicial foreclosure, but most of foreclosure proceeding is under extrajudicial na since it's faster. It's faster kasi when you do extrajudicial foreclosure because wala nang trial. Not like in judicial foreclosure when you will have to have trials pa to establish yung talagang loan obligation, mga defenses ng borrower. However, in extrajudicial, kailangan na lang dyan is, ang proof mo is, the debtor defaulted in payment, you send out a demand letter, then due and demandable na ang kanyang obligation, and then meron siyang collateral na pwedeng i-foreclose. So with that, sa foreclosure, next slide please. Redemption or recovery of foreclosed real properties. So I decided to make this a special topic on foreclosure because ito yung karamihang hindi alam ng nangungutang na may collateral. So, redemption price. Kapag na-foreclosean ka ng property, hindi mo babayaran yung property based dun sa assessment value niya. Let's say, ang talagang value ng property is 2 million. Pag na-foreclose ba siya, kailangan mo siyang i-redeem as 2 million. Hindi. Ang redemption price lang niyan is based kung how much usually yung outstanding obligation mo na sinisingil ng bangko. So, inclusive of the principal, interest, and penalties na yon. So, fix. Usually, nafi-fix yan. And then, anong mangyari kung pag na-foreclosean ka, meron kang usually kasi if it's ang creditor mo is a bank, you have 1 year to redeem the foreclosed property. Yan. You have 1 year to redeem the foreclosed property. What do you do kung hindi mo siya ma-redeem in that assigned period? So, pwede kang humanap ng kakilala mo na pwedeng i-redeem niya para sa'yo. Let's say, your parents, kunyari, pwede naman nilang i-redeem yun. Sila munang magbayad. I-assign mo lang yung redemption right mo sa kanila. And then, sa kanila mo nalang bayaran later on yung property para ma-redeem mo. And then, you have redemption. So, that's assignment of redemption rights. So, meron ka pang facility na ganon. Pwede mong assign yung redemption rights mo sa ibang tao. And then, you have the redemption period. Kapag natural person ka, regular you're not a corporation, you're not a business entity na may sariling juridical personality, you are entitled palagi sa redemption period of 1 year. So, 1 year. Pag corporation naman or other juridical personality, you have a less period to pay off. So, that is around 60 to 90 days lang. So, equity of redemption lang usually available sa mga corporation. And then you have buyback. So, worst case scenario, hindi mo na na-redeem yung property mo dahil nag-end na yung redemption period, lumagpas na dun sa 1 year. So, in the end, pwede mo pa rin ibilhin yung property mo from the financial institution. Ang negative effect lang nito is that the institution could already sell the property based on the assessed value or fair market value of the property. Let's say ang fair market value niya is 2 million. So you have to purchase na yung 2 million even though yung utang na hindi mo nabayaran 1 million lang. So yun. But then again, you can still negotiate sa bank. Kung pwede nila, palagi, ito yung palagi, always, pwede kang makinegotiate sa financial institution. Especially if it's a bank. Kasi ang banks rin naman, they need to dispose of this foreclosed property within 5 years. So by regulation, directed sila na dapat na-dispose nila yung mga foreclosed properties within 5 years. So gusto talaga nilang i-unload tong mga properties na yun. And if you're able to show naman na kaya mo siyang i-buy back, so you can negotiate for good terms with the bank. So, and lastly, yung third part ng ating presentation is the borrower's right. So you have, excellent. So ano pa itong financial consumer protection framework? Kasi all banks and financial intermediaries are required to observe this financial consumer protection framework implemented by BSP, Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. So, number 1 dito is disclosure and transparency. Dapat ang client is ma-provide ng reasonable and holistic understanding of the products and services na ina-avail niya sa bank or any financial institution. So, that's why you have the Truth in Lending Act. So, dapat no hidden charges. So, in all your inquiries ng borrower of the amounts he needs to pay, yung mga included na dun sa kanyang babayaran on a monthly basis or kung ano man yung payment term niya, ano yung breakdown nun, how much of that payment will go to the principal and how much of that will go to the interest. So, yun, kailangan i-provide sa iyo yun ng bangko. You should be holistically made to understand those things. And then you have protection of client information. So, actually, pag ano ba tong protection of client information kapag nangungutang ka? This is not under bank secrecy. Kasi ang under bank secrecy, ang protected sa bank secrecy is that yung ano mo, deposits mo, yung details about your deposits. So, bank secrecy. However, yung protection of client information, it's under data privacy law yan. So, so ibang law ang nagpo-protect ng ating client ng information ng borrowers. So, that's under Data Privacy Act. So, ano ba? So, under this, dapat lahat ng yung details that you submit to the financial institution should not be shared with other or anybody, any third party. Dapat nasa financial institution lang yan. And they should not and then they should protect it, the information that they have. Like for example, ngayon, advanced naman ang ating technology, yung mga hacking, dapat protected yan. So, the financial institution should ensure na up-to-date yung mga malware nila, yung mga antivirus ng kanilang system para hindi sila ma-hack. Yun. And also, meron akong na experience sa client ko na yung financial institution i-share sa social kasi parang online lang. Nangutang lang siya sa mga online na financial, yung nagbibigay ng pautang sa online. So, sinare sa social media, nag-post sa social media na hindi na siya nakakabayad. Ganon. So, bawal na bawal yun. It shouldn't be done. And, nagtaka rin nga ako kasi naka-receive ako ng text from that financial institution na may utang tong certain person na to. Which is, na-surprise ako, why am I receiving this information? Na hindi naman dapat. Dapat ang nakakaalam lang nito is yung borrower. Ganon. So, kasi it's between yung situation, yung issue is between the creditor and the borrower. So, yun. And should you experience this, yung mga ganitong ginagawa ng creditors na pag-share ng information mo, you can actually report it to the National Privacy Commission. Yeah. So they could assist you. And then you have fair treatment. So under fair treatment, so this principle ensures that the financial consumer are treated fairly and honestly and professionally. So hindi lang during loan availment, but throughout the relationship period between the debtor and the creditor. As long as meron ka pang obligation sa kanila, hindi pa yung nakakat yung ties mo, you should be treated fairly. So ano yung niyan? What does it entail? Hindi ka nila pwedeng gamitan ng mga threats or of violence. Dapat ang tone nila ng pakikipag-usap sa'yo is maayos, normal. Hindi ka nila, they cannot use obscenities in collecting. Hindi ka nila pwedeng sigawan or gamitan ng masasamang salita. And then again, they cannot disclose your names to other financial institution. Hindi nila pwedeng i-share yung generally, hindi nila pwedeng i-share yung mga names in public. Names ng mga hindi nakakabayad sa kanila in public. They cannot share it publicly. And then, they cannot make legal threats na hindi naman nila kayang gawin. Or any kind of threat na hindi naman kaya nilang gawin. Like, let's say, wala naman silang reason para filean ka lang ng criminal cases. Tapos sasabihin nila, pa-filean ka namin ng criminal cases, makukulong ka. Pa-filean ka namin ng estafa. Tapos wala naman palang silang basis for that. So, yun, hindi nila yung pwedeng gawin. And they cannot call you beyond 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. That's it. So, dapat nag-stick lang sila in that period. And then, so, next is yung effective recourse mechanism. You have that. So, kailangan lahat ng financial institution, mag-create sila ng parang consumer support on how they deal with mga consumer complaints. So, dapat may facility sila doon. And it should be accessible, affordable, and independent and fair doon sa kanilang mga client. Ang number one example na nangyayari ngayon is yung mga false charges on your credit card, especially with grabbing online selling, diba? And we make use of our credit cards. Tapos, we provide our credit card information doon sa mga certain sites. So, pwede, no, magkaroon ng mga false charges sa credit card mo. So, dapat merong facility on how they would handle that, and it should be handled fast and immediately. Like, syempre, monthly, like, what recently na nangyari sa isang client ko, yun sa credit card niya, nagulat siya, hindi naman niya inauthorize, tapos monthly siya na nag-i-incur na charge. So, parang sa ano yun? Parang subscription sa access sa mga certain site na hindi naman niya ina-access. So, yun. Nacha-charge siya financially. Monthly na nangyayari yun. So, hindi niya alam ang gagawin niya. So, yun. Dapat, when you have that problem and then you relay it to your to the bank or financial institution, dapat mabigyan kagad kanila ng remedy. Like, ma-cut off kagad yung, if you say those charges are not authorized, ma-cut off yun. And it's the reason na ngayon na karamihan naman ng mga credit cards, banks or financial institution na nagbibigay ng credit cards, meron na silang mga one-time PIN or one-time access na binibigay, or they call you to verify if merong charges na nangyayari sa credit card mo, to confirm na if authorized mo ba yun or not. Ayan. And then you have financial education and awareness. Since ang bank and financial institution, sila naman yung may access sa mga borrowers, kasi nga sila yung nilalapitan, they are also required to conduct mga financial trainings, awareness, financial awareness. Sila na rin ang ginawang in charge ni BSP na mag-create ng financial awareness, which is kailangan natin. I believe yan ang kulang sa atin mga Pilipino, yung financial awareness. Actually, dapat tinuturo to in our during elementary pa lang or during high school, which is iba na ngayon yung senior, junior high, ganyan. So, dapat, it's something na talagang maging aware dapat ang bawat isa sa atin. Yung knowledge about handling our finances, yung financial obligation natin, on how we could properly pay it. So, that's it. So, that's the end of my seminar for today. So, meron ba tayong mga questions?
Thank you for a very comprehensive discussion, Attorney Claire. Undoubtedly, Attorney, your discussion is very useful to almost everyone. In fact, there are actually questions sent to me by our viewers that they wish to relay and hoping you could give light to their situations.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll be reading each question, Attorney.
Okay.
The first question, actually, Attorney, is somebody asked that, Attorney Claire, we always observe financial institutions require co-borrower and guarantor. So how do co-borrower and guarantor differ?
Actually, so kung merong co-borrower and borrower, it depends sa description. Kasi legally, merong definition ang guarantor. But then again, kung ang kontrata naman ng financial institution at ng borrower is, ang sinasabi is solidary liable si guarantor at si principal debtor, ang ibig sabihin niyan is pwedeng singilin directly ni bank si guarantor. Ganon. So, it would matter kung ano yung nakasulat sa agreement nyo. Kung ang sinasabi dun sa agreement, kahit anong tawag dun, pwede ba? Kasi yung iba, ginagamit co-principal, co-borrower, guarantor. So, maraming terms na ginagamit sa document. So, ang importante dyan, malaman mo kung ano yung sinasabi na liability ni co-principal, co-borrower, co-guarantor. So, kung sinasabi na equally and solidarily liable sila, na kapag nag-default si borrower, magbayad na agad pwede nang singilin ni financial institution si co-principal, co-borrower, then that is the legal liability ni co-principal, co-borrower. Kung ano man yun. Kaya, ang masabi ko, before sila, yung pag meron kang kaibigan, nire-request na mag-sign ka as co-principal, co-borrower o guarantor, tingnan mo kung ano yung nakalagay na liability dun. Then as a borrower naman, be considerate dun sa pinapasign mo na kaibigan mo. Biro mo, pinagbigyan ka na nga, tapos hindi mo rin alam pala na pwede siyang habulin ng bangko directly. So, di ba, magiging source pa ng awayan nyo, samaan ng loob. So, it doesn't matter kung ano yung term na ginamit sa document. Ang kailangan tingnan is kung ano yung liability or obligasyon na nakalagay doon na kailangan gawin.
So, what you mean, attorney, is that although there is the legal definition of a guarantor, however, what matters is that the terms and conditions na present doon sa agreement between the debtor and the creditor.
Yes. Kasi meron na akong nakitang mga documentation. So sa aming mga lawyers kasi, kung syempre lawyers, we know the legal definition. However, there are certain terms na ginagamit sa commercial transactions na hindi talaga nag-fit dun sa legal definition niya. So, pag may ganong dokumento, ang titignan namin ngayon is kung ano yung mga nakalagay na obligations, yung description nung pag sinabing co-principal o borrower, ano ba talaga yung nakalagay na description ng kanyang obligation? Yun ang magko-control kasi.
Okay, thank you, Attorney Claire. Now, the next question, Attorney Claire, is that somebody asked, I am just the guarantor of the money borrowed by my friend. However, the creditor compelled me to repay the amount borrowed with threat of imprisonment. And even the creditor ordered me to appear before a judge. Are these actions valid?
Again, it would matter kung ano ba yung nakalagay sa let's say promissory note. Kung ano ba yung nakalagay sa debt instrument na obligasyon mo. So kung nakalagay doon, term ka lang na guarantor, pero nakalagay nga doon, solidarily and equally liable ka sa pagbayad ng utang. Let's say, kapag nag-default si borrower, immediately dapat ikaw ang magbayad. Meron kasi mga nakalagay yan. And usually, yun na nga, hindi natin binabasa yung pinipirmahan natin na dokumento. So ikaw, dapat before ka magpirma ng mga ganyan documents, before ka mag-commit sa mga ganyan, you have to understand kung ano yung pinapasok mong obligasyon. Ngayon, ang masabi ko dun sa nagtanong na yun, at best, you consult a lawyer. Pakita mo sa kanya yung dokumento para malaman mo fully. Kasi ang lawyer lang naman ang makapagsabi sa'yo kung ano talaga yung obligasyon mo under sa kontratang pinirmahan mo. Ayun. So, have it reviewed. So kung ma-advisean ka ng lawyer mo na hindi naman pala proper yung mga ginawa ng financial institutions na actions against you, so matulungan ka na rin ng lawyer kung what are the next legal step you should do to face those accusations or actions done by the financial institution.
Okay, now the next question, Attorney Claire, is that somebody asked, Attorney Claire, I missed to pay for a short period only since the due date fell on a weekend. I requested the financial institution to waive the penalties. However, my request was declined. Can we consider their refusal valid?
Ayun. Again, it would, kasi nga, waiving, no? Actually, yung action of waiving is based dun sa right ni financial institution to impose it. So, kung nakalagay sa nakalagay sa kontrata nyo na ito yung payment due date, well, you have to be bound by that period. So, and then merong consequences kapag hindi ka nakapagbayad on this date. So, yung consequences na yun, yung right na mag-impose ng penalties and interest is, kung nakalagay sa kontrata, allowed si financial institution na gawin yun, right yun ng financial institution. Ngayon, yung pag-request ng waiving is actually asking the financial institution to let go of that right. No? So again, you cannot force anybody to let go of that right. Then again, ang masuggest ko sa inyo is have a good relationship with your account officer kasi they could help you talaga in addressing this concern. Baka naman reasonable. Kasi it would matter rin kung dito papasok yung good credit standing mo. Kung may maganda kang credit standing, you're a valued client, usually yung mga ganito mong request, pagbibigyan yan. Kung if you're really maganda yung credit standing mo, valued client ka, you're known na palaging you pay on time, you could use this, yung good credit standing mo, para sa mga ganitong requests. And usually, pinagbibigyan yan. Ang iba kasi, pag frequent na siyang nangyayari, so nagkakaroon ka na ng masamang impression. So kung nangyari to first quarter, then meron ka na naman second quarter, third quarter. Kasi you're supposed, excuse me, responsibility mo rin kasing alamin kung kailan ang iyong payment due dates. Yun. So, that's what, tingnan mo muna yung, have a good relationship with your account officers because they could really assist you in requests like this. Parang sila yung maglabi or magpalaban para sa'yo in your request. Yun. Then also make a good credit history sa sarili mo. Maintain your good credit reputation para rin mas mabilis kang pagbigyan sa mga ganitong simple na request from your financial service provider. Ayun. So, any more question?
All right, we still have. Thank you for that, Attorney Claire. We have a question from the YouTube from Ana Teresa. She said that, Attorney, good afternoon. Citibank charged me of an expense which I apparently incurred from a gas station in Makati. The amount is 5,000 pesos. I disputed the tax because
the transaction. I disputed the transaction
because I am in Davao. I also asked for the sign. Charge it, but they couldn't provide one. Now my name is already included in the NDB, which always becomes the reason for denial when I apply for a loan. What should be the best remedy?
When did this happen? So, gaano ba katagal? First of all, yung mga ganito, very glaring, no? You're in Davao, tas yung transaction nangyari far from where you are in Manila. So, first, ang gagawin mo is you have to formally write the financial institution. Excuse me. You have to formally write, you have to put your complaints in writing, and then ilagay mo dyan yung mga proof mo na it's impossible na magkaroon ng ganong transaction since you live in Davao and the transaction happened in a place, and then it's really there's an impossibility na mangyari yun kasi you couldn't be in two places at one time. So yun, document it, send it to the bank together with ano pa yung pwede mong i-present na evidences. And then, i-ask mo sila yung dapat dun sa letter mo, klaro kung ano yung complaint mo, klaro rin dapat kung ano yung hinihingi mo action ng bangko. Like, i-cancel nila yun, i-reverse nila yun. So, you send it to the bank. And if the bank doesn't act on it, pwede ka nang mag-complain kay BSP. You will send a complaint to BSPs. So they have this consumer protection office. Actually, hindi ko lang, pasensya na, hindi ko na ano yung, but you can see it online.
More than 10 years ago daw, attorney, sabi ni Ana Teresa.
More than,
10 years ago.
Ano ko, 10 years ago na kasi yan. Sorry talaga. 10 years ago na nangyari. Pero ano yung ginawa niya during that time? Yun na nga admittedly, years ago, may mga ganyan na nangyayaring kaso. Biro mo, magkaroon ka ng bad credit record, negative information sa iyong credit history because of that. Kaya nga ngayon, recently, nagkaroon na ng mandate ang BSP na yung consumer protection na enforce na magkaroon na ang banks ng facilities, processes on how to deal faster and efficiently and effectively sa mga ganitong consumer complaints. So that is sad kasi that's 10 years ago. So, kasi parang in terms of prescription, nag-prescribe na siya 10 years ago. So wala na tayo, legally, wala na tayong magawa. But right now, moving forward, ito na ngayon yung bagong process. Ang process is dapat magpadala ka ng letter. Dapat i-document mo. Tapos yung letter na yun, ipa-receive mo sa consumer complaint section ng yung financial institution ko. Sino man yung entity na nagpautang sa'yo. So, formally have them receive your complaint, and then if they don't act on it, you can send it to BSP. Wait lang. If you could check the website of BSP, meron silang i-provide na meron silang i-provide na email address where you can send your complaint to them. But it's online. You can check it online. Ito, i-share ko yung link. Paano ba i-share ang link? So you could check the link. Punta kayo sa website ni BSP. And then, you can see there, pwede ipaprompt kanila on how you would go about on filing a formal complaint sa kanila. Nakalagay na din yung requirements doon kung ano yung needed nila sa inyo. And first, unang-unang hinihingi nila is your complaint letter. Yung complaint letter that you sent to the bank. So kung meron mang response si bank na binigay sa'yo, tapos hindi favorable yung response na yun, ipadala mo rin yun kay BSP so that they would assess and they'll be the one to contact na the financial institution. I actually handled na yung ganyan. Talaga, we were pinadalan kami ng complaint yung copy ng complaint ni BSP. Refer kasi nung client namin yung complaint niya. Ang case nito is yung unauthorized, yung claim niya is unauthorized deduction sa ATM card niya. So, when we resolved it, we were made to go to BSP mismo. Doon namin, we had to address the concern. So, ang nag-mediate is yung legal division ng BSP. So, we had the officer from the BSP na siya yung nag-mediate. So, we had to present our evidences, establish, ganon. And the client was also given that opportunity. So, yun, tas na-resolve ko how mabilis yung process. Very efficient. Ayun. So, I really recommend that you go to BSP's website. Ayan. For cases
Alright.
like that.
Okay po, Attorney Claire. So, you mean, repeat ko lang yung sinabi mo, Attorney Claire, na cases like this will happen in the future. So, the first thing to do is to send a letter sa financial institution and then through their complaint center office. And then if there is no action from the financial institution, you could immediately address the issue to the BSP.
Usually, 10 days lang ang binibigay. 10 days. Dapat they should act on it. Kagad.
Okay. Sige. So, Attorney Claire, another question is, if somebody issue a bounce check and I wanted to file a case against the issuer in violation of BP 22, is there a prescriptive period when I have to file the legal action?
Yes, there is. Ang bouncing check is, ang prescriptive period niyan is, wait lang. So you have 4 years to file for a case from the day of the commission of the violation of the law. So you have 4 years. So kailangan, ang i-ready mo dyan, of course, copy of the check, and then demand letter mo kay borrower to make good the check. Either he should have paid in cash or replace the check with an instrument that could satisfy the obligation. So, palitan niya ng check na dapat mag-good rin. Or, ang usually, pag nag-bounce ang check, ang hingin mo na kagad dyan dapat is cash payment. Ganon. So, those are, kailangan mo na, kung gusto mo mag-file ng BP22 case is, you need the copy of the check na merong stamp na it's either account closed or dishonored due to insufficient funds. So, yun. So, you have 4 years to file that case. That's it. Any more question? Hello? Hello? Yes?
It began with a vision of a man who believes in education. as an enabling force that leads to the enlightenment and transformation of individual in a society. What started in 2002, Jose Maria College, flourished and has grown into one of the leading institutions in this part of the country.
The best law school, offering the best facilities with the best teachers, yet offering it at a very low rate. And this is very unique, and we should give our thanks to Pastor Apollo Kibuloy for making this happen.
I would like to thank the school, the administration, and Pastor Kibuloy for opening up another law school after 54 years. This will be a good help also in the community, and for the next so many years we'll have lawyers, I'm sure, of quality education would be graduating from the Jose Maria College.
All right, I think our questions are comprehensively answered by our guest speaker, Attorney Claire Mauro. And I think bottom line here is ang pangungutang po ay hindi masama. We just have to be responsible. And in particular with the terms and conditions now within the bounds of the agreement between you, a debtor, and with your creditor. So maybe we could ask for final message from our guest.
Mhm. So, sa panahon ngayon, I understand yung difficulty. Like, with the COVID, di ba, ang daming business na nawala, ang daming business na nag-close. Of course, yung mga businesses na yan, I believe, karamihan yan may mga financial obligation. So now, right now, I think our government naman is very well aware, and through BSP is very well aware of the financial difficulties faced by our citizens. And that's why nga they rolled out yung mga assistance like Bayanihan 1 and Bayanihan 2. So meron siyang incorporated na mga moratorium on the debt obligations ng mga tao. So mga grace period that were provided. And even now sa financial institution, hindi rin naman right now, ang pagpa-file ng case for collection of sum of money to impose obligation is very, karamihan ng financial institutions sa naririnig kong usapan is that they're not willing to file cases. They understand yung situation. But then again, we have to continue with our lives. So, sabi nga nila, laban lang. Let's do our best. Kung kaya naman natin bayaran yung obligation, bayaran natin. Kasi very important, we maintain our good credit. Not only in hard times, but also in times na of plenty. So, it shows how yung character natin, good our character is in keeping our word, diba? So yun, I really hope na this lecture that I've given could be of help sa mga nakinig, nakakita. So, all you need to do is talk to your account officers kung may problema. And then sila supposed to be, ang obligation nila is not only facilitate yung mga services that you avail from the bank, but also to iron out yung mga problema na meron kayo. Don't be afraid to talk to them. Yun. Yeah. It's better to talk to them than incur other legal liabilities. So, that's it. Thank you very much for this opportunity na share ko what little knowledge I have with you. I hope it would really help all of you na nakikinig. Thank you.
Thank you also, Attorney Claire, for sharing your time and expertise to all of us. So in behalf of the JMC College, Jose Maria College, and the JMC College of Law, we thank you for your presence. And Also, I would like to acknowledge the persons and units behind this program, the Jose Maria College of Law, the Communications Affairs Office, and the whole JMC. To be updated with the JMC EduTrends online sessions, like and follow the official FB page of the Jose Maria College and the official YouTube channel of JMC EduTrends. Thank you for supporting this JMC advocacy of informing, inspiring, and transcending as we continue to achieve educational excellence despite the present educational disturbances. May this year bring us prosperity and away from debts. Have a great day, everyone, and thank you. This is your host, John Ray Codilia. Mabuhay po.
Well, the new learning setup actually both challenging and convenient, especially for working student like me.
As an accountancy student, engaging this new normal setup is quite challenging for us students as well as the teachers to trust.
But with the help of the JMC instructors, it lessens the burden and helps us to learn in a convenient learning environment.
Jose Maria College teachers and staff is very considerate when it comes to the problems that we are currently dealing with. They help us to understand and completely adjust with this new setup.
I decided to choose Jose Maria College because it offers high quality education, which I believe would help me achieve my dreams and goals in life.
In terms of financial, there is no problems at all because JMC offers a scholarship which is the gift of education, which is it helps me a lot in order to afford my tuition.
The Jose Maria College actually provides a culture of excellence. It actually gives an opportunity to everyone to lead, to learn, and to become a better individual. I would justify that because I myself experienced how the Jose Maria College did very good for me.
I was inspired by the principles of Pastor Apollo C. Kiboloy in molding students to acquire quality education and excellent performance in our institution.
Thank God for showing me the path to enter JMC school, and of course to our founding president, Pastor Apollo C. Kiboloy, for helping us to pursue our dreams. That's why I was really inspired by the theme, Your Future, Our Vision.
To attenuate the spread of COVID-19, most governments around the world have mandated quarantine. Our educational institutions are never the same. This is the new normal, and the Jose Maria College believes that learning never stops. With the advent of technology, we are now opening a more innovative virtual learning experience. In response to this crisis, the Jose Maria College brings you the two instructional delivery options.
No virus can stop our assured, consistent, and quality education. The Jose Maria College, under the leadership of its founding president, Pastor Apollo C. Kiboloy, holds true to its mission to provide quality education amidst the ongoing crisis on COVID-19. To ensure that all learners will get the best learning experience, the school has crafted 2 learning delivery options. Option 1. Online delivery. Students who have a stable connection to the internet shall undergo full online classes via platforms such as the Google ecosystem, Zoom, and an online learning management system. Online classes shall be held by our competent teachers on a daily basis. All interaction shall be via online, as there shall be no face-to-face interaction in order to keep you safe during these trying times. Option 2. Self-paced learning. For students who see it as a challenge to secure a stable connection to the internet, the school shall be providing modules and other instructional course packages. Students will work on these learning materials and from time to time may need to send their academic work online or discuss their progress with their teachers via email, chat, or video call on a scheduled time. They may attend online classes when their internet connection is stable enough for them to do so. Education goes on for the Jose Maria College. Your future, our mission. Enroll now. For more details, visit us at www.jmc.edu.ph.
That ends another substantive discussion on JMC EduTrends, produced by the Jose Maria College Communication Affairs Office. On behalf of our founding president, Pastor Apollo C. Kibuloy, thank you for being with us. Join us again next time for another interesting, inspiring, and transcending discussion on JMC EduTrends. Bye everyone, and keep safe.